So in November of 2016, I bought the OnePlus 3 soft gold version for only $399. Oh, and I also got a OnePlus Loop VR headset. I don't know if you guys remember those or not, but it only cost $5. I wasn't really that impressed, so I ended up selling it, but I kind of wish I would have kept it, just as a collectible item. Technically, I just upgraded from the OnePlus 3 to the Google Pixel 3a XL. Even though my plan all along was to give this phone to my wife. And after using the Pixel 3a XL, I gotta say this phone is really good. Especially the camera and the price. It's almost like they basically replaced where OnePlus used to be. But since the standard OnePlus 7 isn't available in the United States, I thought I would just go ahead and try the OnePlus 7 Pro. So I really wanted to see, how does this new OnePlus phone compare to my old OnePlus 3 and the Google Pixel 3a XL. And this is the Nebula Blue, 8 gig of RAM, and I'm actually going from a 64 gig on my OnePlus 3 to 256 gig on this new OnePlus phone. So I'm definitely not gonna have to worry about storage. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we've got. And I really like this very subtle, shiny 7 Pro on the front. Okay, so this is one thing they definitely didn't do on the older OnePlus phones, and that's include a case. It's pretty flexible and thin, but I'm glad it's clear because it's not gonna cover up that Nebula Blue, which really is the main reason I got this version. So it does come with a little invitation letter, but it's basically saying, welcome to the OnePlus community, which that's pretty good for new members. This will actually be my third OnePlus phone, because I started out with the OnePlus 1, then I skipped the OnePlus 2 and the OnePlus X, then I went ahead and got the OnePlus 3. And they gave you a nice little SIM ejection tool. Now I'm curious, in the comments below, do you currently have a OnePlus phone? And if so, which ones have you had in the past? Speed. And very nice, a OnePlus sticker and a Never Settle sticker. And of course, what everyone loves to read is safety information. Oh yeah, that's definitely got some weight to it. Really, it's not that much bigger than my OnePlus 3. It's just gonna look a lot cooler and it's gonna be a lot faster. And even the width is pretty similar. And of course you get the new Warp Charge. I might have to compare this to the dash charging just to see how much of a difference it is. I love how they always do the USB in red. And a nice little touch is the silicone covers for the charging cable. Okay, so this charging cable isn't as long as I thought it was. And you can see this is a USB-C charging cable. But man, this cable is thick. Like really thick. This is weird because the back is like a matte finish, but when the light hits it just right, it's super shiny. And it's got the 3 lenses on the back, which is a major change here recently from the OnePlus 6T. So you've got your telephoto lens, you've got your normal lens, and then you've also got a wide angle lens. And you can see one thing they're doing now is putting OnePlus down at the bottom, just in case you're not sure what that logo is in the middle. So you can see they did move the alert slider to the right-hand side next to the power button. And the alert slider, you really wouldn't think that's a big deal, but since I've been using the Pixel phone, that's one thing I definitely miss from my OnePlus 3. And then you've got the volume button still on the left-hand side. And then on the bottom, of course, you've got your USB-C charging port, your speaker, and your dual SIM card tray. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure these still don't take an SD card. But again, this is the 256 gigabyte version, so I don't think that'll be an issue. And of course, new for this year, you've got the pop-up camera that apparently has been tested 300,000 times. So we'll see if I have this phone long enough for that pop-up camera not to work anymore. And one thing I've heard about is this screen being curved, so I'm really not sure what to expect since I'm so used to flat screens, but it definitely looks nice. Now, I'm also gonna do a video on a ton of cases for the OnePlus 7 Pro coming up very soon. So make sure you like and subscribe if you wanna see that video. So the nice thing is they give you a few different options to back up from your previous phone. Now I'm gonna try the first one to use your old phone to copy data wirelessly, but you can also back up from the cloud or from an iPhone. Before I set this up, you can see this is very similar to the size of the Pixel 3a XL. Now here's what they supposedly improved since the previous model, which sort of made me a little hesitant on the OnePlus 6T, but let's go ahead and try this out. Seems a little bit more thorough than my OnePlus 3. So it looks like there's already an update. I want to see what this is. Okay, so for the update, you've got a security patch, added DC dimming feature, improved smooth scrolling experience, general bug fixes and improvements, and they've improved some things on gaming mode, such as they've got enhanced audio visual by adding haptic feedback, added fanatic mode, optimized the photo quality. Let's just go ahead and do the update. So far I've only used about 21 gigabytes, and you can see this is Android version 9, 6.67 AMOLED display. And this does have the triple camera setup with 48 megapixels, 16 megapixels, and 8 megapixels. And of course this has the Snapdragon 855, which I'm sure most of you watching this video probably already know about by now. That's weird. What was that? What? Okay, so apparently it goes right into a drawing app? Wow, that's weird. The cool thing is the apps are sort of grayed out as they're downloading, and there's a progress bar going around the icon so you can see how much longer it has. Now let's take a quick look at the camera app. So you can see there are a few cases that I'm gonna do a video on for the OnePlus 7 Pro. So if you're looking for a case, you'll definitely wanna watch that. And when it comes to the camera, I'm gonna have to do a comparison against the Pixel 3a XL just to see how it compares. This will actually do 1080p at 60 frames per second, 4K, and 4K at 60 frames per second. And here I'll just show you a couple examples of that just so you can see what it looks like. The shutter speed definitely seems pretty decent on this. So on the regular photo mode, you've got this tree on the right and then 3 trees on the left. I'm guessing here on the left is the wide angle. And then you can see on the right is 3 times zoom. So yeah, this camera definitely has a lot of detail, which it should because the main camera is 48 megapixels. So you can see there's the wide angle, the normal lens, and then you got the 3 times zoom. So once you click on the photo to focus, you've got a slider there for brightness, and then you can also lock in the focus. So that was not really the best example. Here's a few more examples of portrait mode just so you can see how it does. And then you've also got Nightscape. Here's a couple examples I took just to give you an idea of how it does. And then one thing I didn't even realize is if you swipe up at the bottom, you've got a pro mode, time lapse, panorama, slow motion, and settings. And one nice thing is you can actually add shortcuts to the other modes so that it's easier to access. You can see here it does recommend the highest spec, so that's good. Now you can see this, I don't know if you can see, but there's a glare right where the screen is curved. That's the only issue I can see with having a curved screen when watching videos or playing games. After gaming for a while, the phone did get a little warm, but I didn't have any issues at all, and the screen looks amazing on this phone. Now for the fun part, where I get to see which one is more comfortable over long periods of gaming, which one has the better microphone, and a sound test to find out which one of these is better. This is a mic test for the Turtle Beach Recon 70 gaming headset, being part of this video, and I thought something was wrong with my audio. But nope, just the muddy sound of the Cloud Stinger Core headset. So if you want the headset that sounds better... Now let me cover a few of the features and customization options on the OnePlus 7 Pro. The one thing that did concern me a little bit about getting this phone is I've heard some negative things about the fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus 6T since it's one of the first ones built into the screen. Now, to me it seems plenty fast enough. The only downside is you have to hit it pretty much right in the center, otherwise it's not going to recognize your fingerprint. I'm just going to go through a few of the features. I don't want to go through all of them because this would be a super long video. But you'll notice I did change the wallpaper, and it's pretty easy to change. You just hold down on the home screen, and you've got wallpapers, widgets, and home settings. You can see it does come with a handful of wallpapers. I don't know, I guess they're okay. I sort of like the older style better, so I typically choose from the Google wallpapers. I think it's a better selection from the Google wallpaper app. One thing I'll show you in the home settings, you have a lot of different options in order to customize this phone. For instance, you can do double tap to lock. One of the things I really like to do is the swipe down to access quick settings. You don't have to try to reach to the top of your phone in order to get notifications. You can also turn on and off the shelf if you don't really use that, where you just swipe right from the home screen to access that. You can customize it to pretty much your liking. I kind of like it better on the Pixel, where you just swipe over and you have your Google News feed. I think one other thing in the home settings that people might want to customize are the icons. If you just go to Icon Pack, you've got the default, which is what I'm using. You've got round, where it puts all the icons in a round shape. And you can also do square. And then obviously you can go to the App Store to get more. And another thing you may want to do is the home screen layout, where you can customize how many columns you want and also the icon size. Now, I know there's been some mixed reviews on the battery life, but you can see here I'm at 50% and it's like 7 o'clock at night. I didn't use this maybe quite as much as I normally use my phones. So you can see here it's been not quite 3 hours for screen usage since the last full charge, which was about 11 hours ago. But I did use it quite a bit of streaming, and I think I watched a couple YouTube videos. And it says it should last till 5:45 a.m. Which, if that's true, that's about 24 hours. which is really good, I think, considering I still have this on the 90 Hz screen refresh rate. And the screen resolution is on auto switch. You can change that to Quad HD or Full HD if you want to try to save battery life. Now there are a few things on the OnePlus 7 Pro that it seems like I didn't have on the Pixel phone. And one is the adaptive brightness, which I kind of like to use instead of just adjusting the screen brightness manually. You can go to Video Enhancer, and if you turn that on, it's supposed to just add a little bit more depth or enhance the color while playing videos. You've also got ambient display where you can pick up your phone to show, tap the screen to show, and you can also change the clock style from default to analog, or you can go minimalism or none. I don't know if you guys saw the event or the presentation that they had online. One thing this phone's supposed to do is light up on the sides when you get a notification. I'm not sure if it's with every app or only certain ones, but so far I haven't seen that at all, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I may have to do some more research to figure that out. That would be cool if it actually did light up each time you get a notification. Now I changed mine to the dark theme. There's also light and colorful. I just kind of like the black background. Oh, and another nice thing is the accent color. You can change to just about any color you can think of. You can also change the font, but I really don't see a difference in Roboto versus the OnePlus Slate. In the status bar, you can change the battery style from the bar, you can do the circle, or you can just hide it all together. You can also display the network speed. Personally, I don't think I would do that, but you can also turn on the night mode automatically from sunset to sunrise. Oh, and you can also change the vibration intensity for incoming calls and notifications. And also you can go into buttons and gestures, and you can customize the alert slider, your navigation bar and gestures, quick turn on the camera by hitting the power button twice. But you can do flip to mute, 3-finger screenshot, answer calls by gesture. And then they've got screen off gestures where you've got double tap to wake, music control. You can draw an O, V, S, M, and W. And then the crazy thing is you can say, I want to draw O to open the front camera or record a video, or you can even use it to open apps. You can actually do back, home, recents for a fixed navigation bar. You can do swipe up from the home button, and you can also use gestures to replace the navigation bar. Another cool feature is you can do split screen, which is pretty simple once you click on recent apps. And then there's just 3 little dots up in the corner. You just click that and you can hit lock, split screen, or app info. And then you can just cycle through and pick which app you want to be on the other half of the screen. And then you can adjust it by sliding the middle. I just saw in my newsfeed that the OnePlus 3 is actually going to get the Android 9 Pie update. That's crazy. That phone is from 2016 and this is 3 years later. So that's definitely a good sign that they're taking care of older devices. The software, the build quality, I really like everything about this phone after using this for about a week. So if you've never used a OnePlus phone, or even if you've used one in the past, you're definitely not going to be disappointed. But with the prices rising on each model of OnePlus phones that come out, and now that they have phones like the Pixel 3a, which I almost decided to keep this and not give it to my wife, it makes me wonder, is this my last OnePlus phone? So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.